best in the world, baby. So I woke up this morning and the homeboy Juicy Drake dropped. We all knew that it was gonna drop. We all knew. That's a fact. We all knew that it was gonna drop. But he fucked up everyone and said 3 albums. He said 3 albums on your ways. And for those of you, I've been hearing all the talks because I remember 2 years back or last year when it was Drake versus Kendrick Lamar. People allegedly were saying that I was on a Kendrick Lamar tirade. I was kissing Kendrick Lamar's ass. Listen, if you have this mentality of saying no switching sides, then
congratulations,
you genuinely played yourself. Because remember, this is hip hop, and if you know me, I'm a journalist. I need to be objective in those times. And Kendrick Lamar was doing his thing, so now it's time for Drake to do his thing.
It's the best
And
in the world, baby.
I don't want to lie, I'm very impressed. You know, he dropped 3 projects today. He dropped Iceman, which was the one that had the whole great album rollout, where he had the whole ice structure in Toronto for the album date. And then he's got Habibiti. I hope I said it right. Habibiti. What? Habit or something like that. And then he dropped Maid of Honor. He dropped 3 albums. So I took a listen to, obviously, Iceman. The others, I want to give it time. You must take your time with the music. And I don't want to lie. Drizzy Drake is back, dog. Drizzy is back. And we missed him, man. I don't want to lie. As a hip-hop bro, you know, for the last 19 summers, Drake has been dropping. And then this whole Kendrick Lamar 20 versus 1, him going against the industry, sort of rocked the boat a bit, you know. It made Drake put things into perspective. Because remember, there was this infamous Drake stimulus package where if you get a feature from Drake, you are bound to blow up.
It's the best
You are
in the
bound
world,
to blow up.
baby.
You are bound to blow up. So we have to give credit where it's due. You know, so on this album, man, like, he really did address a lot of things. It's a 18-track album. It's called Iceman, you know, and there was a rollout from like last year. He was dropping a few snippets here and there, but there's a few hits on this track. So far, I feel like they're going to be hits. He's got a song called Make Them Cry, where it's basically the intro of the album, where he addresses a few issues, particularly Kendrick Lamar and the top 3. And there's a surprise feature on the album, man. Drake and Future finally made up. Drake and Future finally made up on a track called Run to Atlanta. He's trying to use that thing that Kendrick Lamar had, the whole analogy that Drake always would run to Atlanta to make himself relevant. So Drake is taking that statement and using it as a weapon. And I don't want to lie, it's a hot track. You know, Drake and Future have got great chemistry. And I'm glad that the Bulls finally made peace and Barry Datch then released a 5-track called Run to Atlanta. And he also has a few bangers on there. Obviously, What Did I Miss? He dropped it last year. And obviously, it was doing numbers, you know. But all the other tracks also dropped as well. And I don't want to lie, Drake got himself out of that zone of comfortability. He actually wanted to prove to Bruce that I'm Drake. This is still my throne. You niggas been on some other shit. And I'm glad they did that, you know. I'm glad that we were critical of him against the beef versus Kendrick Lamar, which is quite heavy because that's where you saw his character and what he's made of. And I genuinely feel Drake did drop a few bangers on this one. I also like the track called Dust. Dust is also quite good. It is a good number. Especially Make Them Pay as well. Make Them Pay is a nice track because he addresses shit. He even talks about the whole top, big 3, where it's Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick Lamar. Saying that the thing is a dub because there's also a lot of pieces and other players within the game. That's the thing when you seclude greatness, you know? So basically, it's trying to say that it's not the top 3 because there were other dope people as well around in the mix, and this whole top 3 thing, it sort of made people secluded. And another thing I want to mention in regards to this album dropping, which is an amazing album. I played it like 3 times already. 18-track album. It is quite a lot to digest, and I haven't even digested the other ones, but I want to give them a turn. But you look at the whole situation with Rick Ross, and Rick Ross is also scheduled to drop an album, and for obvious reasons it won't have a Drake feature. And Rick Ross sort of put himself in a situation whereby when he goes on his album promo run tour, they're always going to address questions about Drake. They're always going to address questions about Drake. And it sort of takes away from the whole ideal of I'm here to promote an album, and people keep on asking Rick Ross about Drake, which sort of is a minuscule form of karma. You know, never bite the hand that feeds you. You'll never see 50 Cent talking shit about Eminem after everything Eminem did for him. You will never see him talk shit about that. So I'm interested to see as to Rick Ross' album how it's gonna do. But Drake dropped 3 albums today. 3 albums, Iceman. It's a 80 track album, you know. So there are a few bangers on them. I'll mention them again. Make Them Cry, which is the introduction. Dust, which is also a nice name. Even Whisper My Name is fire, man. Whisper My Name, it just hits you with that thing, man. Like, all pieces of Drake are coming back. You find the lyrical, you find the singing shit, also the bars and the flexing, man. You find the bars and the flexing. I genuinely feel like Drake is back. You know, we did miss him because Drake was on fire for, like I said, 19 summers. That's since 2010, 2009. Not 19. The mates got me fucked up. Let's say 16, 15 summers. And one day you will go to 19, basically 15, 16 summers. Putting people on. So I'm very impressed in which the way Drake is taking this. And I just hope to God that Kendrick Lamar does not respond to anything. Because that beef is done with, man. Let's be honest. The hype was hot, but if Kendrick Lamar responds to it, he's going to center his release or whatever around the whole Drake situation. With Drake's situation, he's shedding the old hairs. He's shedding the old hairs, cutting the grass, taking out the snakes, putting things out there. And I'm genuinely glad that he did make up with Future. And they did drop a fire song, which I'll mention again. It's called Run to Atlanta. And on this album, there's a lot of beat switches. You can tell Jake really was particular with the production on the album. But it's actually a fire track, so I look forward to the music videos that are dropping. I see a few music videos that drop as well. So I really look forward to the whole rollout of the album, as well as the tour and the 3 albums, and to see how the others sound, you know, like Maid of Honor and Habibti, or however the fuck you say that album. But shout out to Drake, man. And this whole thing of switching sides, guys, this is hip-hop. This is hip-hop. We've got an opinion, and we're going to stick by it and stick with it. But with that said, you were with your boy Sonwabo Thetha, a.k.a. the absolute best in the world.
It's the best in the world.
And I'm out, man.